history of one of my all-time favorite superheroes, Aquaman. Back in the Silver Age, or the 1960s, Aquaman was actually one of the most popular DC Comics superheroes, so much so that he even got his own animated series. One of only 3 characters who did, including Batman and Superman. A few other DC characters did get some minor spotlight shorts that aired in between segments, but only Supes, Bats, and mother-flippin' Aquaman were worthy of getting the full series treatment. However, then somebody decided to let him join the Justice League. And then somebody else decided to make the Justice League show called the Super Friends, and Aquaman's been a joke ever since.
My ability to talk with fish is of no help, Wonder Woman.
So in modern-day incarnations, Aquaman's mostly been relegated to guest spots in other more popular heroes' shows. If we go with the idea that every single one of these Aquamans comes from a different alternate universe, then all we've got are a bunch of promising starts of an awesome story about an awesome hero that never really go anywhere. But if we look at these as existing in Hypertime, where all of these alternate versions of Aquaman are actually the same character, and all of these appearances are actually part of the same story, unfolding throughout the stream of Hypertime, then we have an entire epic career of one of the greatest, most underrated superheroes for our viewing pleasure. Our story begins with the only solo Aquaman project that has been made since the 1960s, until the Jason Momoa film finally gets made. Aquaman, or Mercy Reef, or failed Smallville ripoff pilot. Yes, at one point when Smallville had just recently premiered and was getting popular, it was decided to take a similar angle to Aquaman's character. The episode begins with a quick backstory. Arthur Curry was raised by his father, a member of the Coast Guard and sometimes lighthouse keeper. It's Hypertime, just go with it. And his mother before she mysteriously disappeared at sea. Arthur grows up to realize that not only can he swim faster than most, and that he's stronger when he's near water, but he can hear the thoughts of fish and give them commands. In the pilot, he learns that the reason he can do these things is that he's probably not entirely human, that his mother was probably an Atlantean, and that there are strange forces at work that don't want him to find his mother. At the end of the episode, he agrees to study with Ving Rhames, who claims to also be an Atlantean, who will train him to use his powers for good. Of course, the pilot was never picked up, so this is where we have to start getting creative. A few years later, we pick up with Arthur actually showing up in the show he was trying to rip off, Smallville. In this episode, Arthur comes to Smallville to hang out, date Lois Lane of all things, and destroy a sonic undersea weapon that Lex Luthor has been testing for the military that unfortunately also kills a lot of fish. No matter how noble his motives seem, Clark still thinks that he's a terrorist, and the two heroes briefly square off before they decide that, yeah, Arthur may be a terrorist, but Lex is a douche, and they team up to take him down. It seems at this stage Arthur is much more used to his abilities and has even developed a nifty ability to shoot hard water balls. Balls. He also seems to have given up much of his earlier concerns about having a normal life. He still keeps his powers a secret as much as he can, but he travels around trying to find trouble rather than setting down roots permanently. Possibly the part of the pilot where one of his best friends was killed by an Atlantean assassin made him think twice about staying in one place for too long. This isn't his last appearance in Smallville either. Just one season later, Arthur teams up with Green Arrow, Cyborg, and Impulse, yes, Impulse, not the Flash, it's complicated, to form the very first incarnation of the Justice League, to take on Lex Luthor's evil Level 13 organization. Next, we jump out of the world of live action altogether and into the world of the DC Universe animated original movie, Justice League, Throne of Atlantis, which, somewhere into this pointlessly annoying, badly written sequel to a slightly less abysmal Justice League War, there is an actual damn fine Aquaman movie. The movie finds Arthur Curry depressed after discovering that his dad has just passed away. He comes back to Mercy Reef and is almost immediately set upon by more Atlantean assassins. But now we finally get an explanation as to why. Aquaman's brother from another father, Orin, has been trying to have him killed for years, so that there will be no one who can stop him from taking the throne of Atlantis. Now he's stepped up his plans with the help of another Atlantean villain, Black Manta, to usurp his mother's throne and declare war on the surface world. With the help of the Justice League, who frustratingly insist on pretending that they don't know who Arthur Curry is, Arthur is able to stop the Atlantean invasion of Mercy Reef, become King of Atlantis, and fall in love with Mira, his bodyguard that he's known for all of 2 seconds. We only briefly, after this, return to live action to see that Aquaman uses his new station, combined with his own hot-headedness, to declare that while he wasn't going to wage war, he wasn't going to take any shit from the surface world either. If you wanted to include Aquaman's solo animated series anywhere, I'd say fits pretty perfectly right in this section here. Aquaman has found his place in a world where he's not alone, and where he can make a real difference, spending basically all of his time in Atlantis because he's decided that, well, basically humans suck. Also, Aquaman's role in the Injustice show, which I would also place during this period, show him training Aqualad, who is a powerful magic user. Of course, we met Aqualad earlier in the Aquaman series, and he was white. Here he's black, and again later he's white in Teen Titans before becoming black again in Young Justice Invasion. But if Harvey Dent can do it, so can he. Hypertime! His next on-land appearance comes in Superman the Animated Series. Lex Luthor kidnaps everyone's favorite Fishman when he tries to stop him from doing illegal Lex Luthor-type crap. Superman and Lois Lane break him out, and he and the Atlantean militia shoot Lex Luthor's ship full of holes. Aquaman leaves a warning to the surface world that they better shape up. This starts the next stage of Aquaman's journey, the stage I like to call Aquaman the Barbarian. Aquaman's increasing difficulties with the surface world cause him to take on a more warlord role, more deliberately defending his kingdom from the surface dwellers. Now married to Mira and with a new baby boy to protect, Arthur decides that the fighting must stop. This is made more difficult by the fact that Orin is somehow still a trusted member of the court and hasn't been arrested or killed yet. Orin's inevitable betrayal comes in the form of him once again trying to declare war on the surface world with global warming, and attempts to kill both Arthur and his son. Arthur fights back in one of those badass moments in superhero history.
Our son.
Your hand.
Where is Orm?
Awesome. Through the remainder of the Justice League and the Justice League Unlimited, Arthur tries to open up to the surface world a bit more. He rejoins the Justice League and tries to work towards dealing with his anger issues by playing chess with Hawkgirl.
You disgust me.
Yeah, that goes well. The final stage of Aquaman's journey can be seen in Batman the Brave and the Bold, where Aquaman's experiences with the Justice League over the years have led him to mellowing and become a much more kindly figure. Of course, his hot-headedness and ego continue to be his downfall. Also, we finally get an explanation for why Orin keeps getting let back into the kingdom.
I know. You don't trust him.
A tiger shark doesn't change its stripes.
He's family.
Seriously, Arthur? Hypertime! And there you have it. From only a few guest appearances and one-shots, we've been able to cobble together an entire history of Aquaman. From the angry young fish out of water, all the way to the legendary king of the seven seas and beyond. Stay tuned for our next adventure in Hypertime, when I show you how every single Punisher movie made so far is actually all in the same universe. I'm Harvey Media, and I'll see you all later.
And that's how I recovered the stolen statue. I call that adventure The Mystery of the Stolen Statue. The Secret of the Mechanical Sea Monster. Coral Reef Rescue. And the time I wore an eye patch to infiltrate a crew of pirates, I call that
Aquaman's undercover adventure.
No. The time I wore an eye patch to infiltrate a crew of pirates. But what you said is good, too.